Sony Computer Entertainment America presents a Universal Interactive Studios production. Developed by Eurocom Entertainment Software. Crash Bash!
Okay, so hello and welcome to Branch Takes a quick look at Crash Bash. So, basically, yeah, we're just going to be playing a little bit of Crash Bash today. So I'm just going to start up the adventure mode, and so immediately you just see straight off the bat you have Crash, Coco, Cortex, Brio, Koala Kong, Rilla Roo, for some reason, Tiny Tiger, and Dingodile. Also, you may notice Tiny Tiger and Dingodile are on the hero side, but we'll get an explanation for that in just a minute. So I'm going to pick Crash and just let the kind of opening of the story play out, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Uka Uka, how many times must you be told? You cannot defeat me.
I have heard enough of your shallow wisdom. It is I who is the strongest, and it is evil that will ultimately prevail.
This bickering can go on no longer. We must resolve this once and for all time.
For once, feeble brother, I agree with you. We shall settle this argument. Prepare to fight.
No, Uka Uka. The ancients would not allow it. There can be no malice between us.
A contest then. Good against evil. Your players against mine.
Very well. Summon the teams.
Crash, Cortex, welcome. You and your friends have been summoned here to do battle. A battle between good and evil. A battle to the end. May the best player win.
Uka Uka, this is not a fair contest. You have too many players. If your confidence in evil is so great, you can win with equal sides. You must surrender two of your team.
Very well. Choose.
Let the games begin.
Okay, so first question, just right off the bat. Crash Team Racing had already come out. Why? Well, one, why does Rilla Roo exist? Two, why not just use the same rosters as that? You'd have Crash, Coco, Pola, and Pera for the good side, and Cortex, Engine, Tiny Tiger, and Dingodile for the evil side. Anyway, so, now we have the Warp Zone, or the Warp Room. For some reason we can spin, we can't slide or jump or anything else. Also, we have a boss level here with Papu Papu, but we'll get to that when we get to that. So, I'm going to go right on into the first level of the game, Crash Ball. So, I'll be honest, this is probably my least favourite of the game types, but you'll see what I mean about all of them as we go. So, for objective, use your ship to deflect balls away from your goal. Win by being the last player standing. And then it's just for controls. And so, here's the thing. Also, you may notice there are 3 antagonistic players here, but whatever. Also, because this is the first level of it, it is, you know, pretty slow, pretty easy, and, you know, it's pretty much just like, hey, you're playing Pong, but you have to, but it's like, okay, we just lost one. Fortunately, we have plenty of lives available. And also, Koala Kong is barely moving, so yeah, basically, as you go through the game, you do each mission type multiple times. Okay, calling it a mission type is maybe a bit weird, but still. Yeah, you do each thing multiple times, and it does gradually increase in difficulty. But here, well, we'll see the issue in just a moment. I'll be honest, I don't really have much to say on this one, but realistically, I never liked this minigame even when I was a kid. Like, when I was like 6 and hated this minigame, I still feel about the same as I do now, so, yeah, it definitely hasn't improved its initial, it hasn't improved on its initial awful first impression. Also, that is now Brio out, that is Koala Kong now out, so now I just have to deal with Rillaru, and then we win. So, hopefully that won't take too much longer, because, well, we seem to be doing pretty well. Okay, so, we win! Great! Now, here's the issue. We won! Now we need to win again. I think you need to win 3 times. So, yeah, by the time you win 3 times, like, it kind of overstays its welcome, unfortunately. It's like, if you need to win once, that would be perfect. If you need to win twice, okay. But, like, it's just the fact that you have to win 3 times. And each round can take a long time. And obviously, as you go through the game, it just gets harder. But, hey, you know what? I'm gonna look at this positively. Like, I haven't, you know, encountered any bugs or glitches or anything, so I can't really complain that much about it. You know, I can complain about basically everything else so far, but, you know, so far I don't mind this one. It really feels like the difficulty kind of massively ramped up after that first round, though. I don't know what happened, but, like, it really feels like the difficulty just spiked up. Or maybe I just wasn't paying attention for a few seconds. I don't know. Either way, we are now kind of back in control of the game, I think. I mean, I say that Brio is, okay, I was gonna say, yeah, Brio is doing well for himself this time, and Vince was like, hey, he just lost like 7 lives in like an instant. So, yeah, this is looking like a win for us. And okay, we win. We win round 2. Also, I kind of hate the implication. It's just like, oh, they died. Okay, yeah, we need to win 3 times. So imagine, if you will, you find yourself in a really intense game of this, and you end up playing 9 back-to-back rounds of this. I think anyone would get kind of bored of it by that point. But hey, we will see how it goes, because I did intentionally do this one first, partially because it's the first one that it wants you to do. Like, it's the first one you see, it's the first one on the kind of like, level order. And also, oh, I basically wanted to get my least favourite one out of the way first, because realistically, I thought it would be fairer, I suppose. I thought it would be fairer to get the one I don't like out of the way first, and then move on towards ones I do like. And, you know, gradually be a bit more positive about some aspects of this game that I do quite enjoy. Because I remember I do physically own this game. I never finished it as a kid. I think I got to, like, the 3rd warp zone, and that was about as far as I ever got. But hey, I mean, we obviously won't be playing that far in this, because this is just a quick look. I'll probably do the 1st warp zone. I'll probably do the 1st warp room and then call it an episode. And this is suddenly going pretty badly for me, because I can't really hit them over to where I need them to be. But hey, we win. Fantastic. So yeah, that is Crash Ball complete, and we win a trophy. Very good. Fantastic. Because now, I get to not play Crash Ball for a bit. So, now we head back to the Warp Room, and we can move on to our 2nd level, Polar Panic. Which is kind of a weird one, if I recall correctly. Like, if I recall correctly, this is kind of like, you're all on polar bears, and it's kind of just a... Yeah, it's charge into other players and knock them off the ice. collect power-ups by entering the beam, win by being the last player standing. Charge into other players when falling, push into the arena and mash square to kind of stay in. Okay. So obviously this has a lot of kind of ice physics going on, and also this is a game mode where it doesn't matter if you are Crash Bandicoot or anyone else, everyone has the same kind of weight to them. So Coco can kind of just shove Dingodile out of the way. And okay, fantastic, we win the first round. That is so much better than Crash Ball. Just straight away, it's like, that round was like 22 seconds. The timer says that round took 22 seconds. It's a lot, it's fast, it feels better, it's fast, it's frantic, it just works. I do like this game mode a lot more. And that is going to hit Rillaru. Oh, that just killed him. He's dead. Oh, also, we were kind of assigned them straight away, but yeah, we will see Brio, Koala Kong, and Rillaru in every single minigame we play, aside from the boss fights. And the boss fights, which we will see in just a bit, are... I think, if I recall correctly, the boss fights are basically just like, hey, you now just kind of do a 1v1 in these game modes. Okay. I don't know what the lightning does. I actually want to hit that away. You know what? Maybe I didn't want to hit that away. Anyway, I'd like to thank Koala Kong for working with me for a second there and going after Brio, because hey, we just won Polar Panic in like 2 minutes, including load times. Like, that is so much better. It's fast. It's way more fun. I really like that one next to Crash Ball. So, I'm going to go and do Jungle Bash next, because Pogo Pit is my favourite one. So, Jungle Bash is basically pick up blocks, throw blocks, blocks do damage. If I recall correctly. Objective, pick up and throw crates at your opponents. Win by being the last standing or having the most health when the time runs out. So, yeah. We can also kick crates. And we can throw up TNTs, because, yeah, you can pick up the TNT crates, but they are on a timer straight away. So, as such, the TNTs also do a ton of damage. I do kind of like the little detail that Koala Kong, I kind of like the little detail that Koala Kong picks up the boxes with just one hand, and that Brio, since he's not physically strong, and since Brio isn't strong physically, he'll, he uses kind of like his little gun to do it. And also, while we're here, there's also Wumpa Fruit. They act as small health restores. I mean, we are not doing the best at this, but hey, I mean, to be totally honest, I'm kind of just missing every single throw. But yeah. Now... Okay, man, Rillaru almost got taken out there, but hey. And we weren't fantastic. So this one is a little bit slower than Polar Panic, but I am liking it a lot more than Crash Ball. Even when I was a kid, I never liked Crash Ball though, so that's kind of understandable. Also, I don't know if ever... Ah yeah, we can kick those, okay. So my first thought was can I just blow all of those up at the same time? I guess not. Like, it's kind of a weird analogy. I was going to say this one's kind of like Bomberman, but it isn't really like Bomberman all that much now that I give it any real thought. Yeah, that's my way of saying, tell me I never played Bomberman without just actually saying that. But actually, that isn't true. I did play a tiny bit of Bomberman, but I've never really sat down and played a whole lot of it. Anyway, we are now up 2 games, and we haven't dropped a single game of anything yet, and honestly, I'm looking forward to hopefully keeping it that way. Okay, that TNT just blew up on me straight away, but okay, that ain't going too well. Yeah, I do kind of like how everyone just kind of picks up the boxes a little bit the words. I imagine Koala Kong and Tiny Tiger might share, like, they might share an animation for it. Okay, we are currently losing, actually. But we can definitely win. And also, because Koala Kong seems to definitely throw these further than me. But maybe that's just because, you know, he's a lot physically stronger than Crash. But yeah, it definitely seems like he throws those a lot further. Like, that seems to definitely be weighted in his favour. But unfortunately, we can still just throw TNTs at him and win, can't we? And he just walks into me, so with that, he blows up and we win. So that is 3 trophies out of 3 trophies out of 4 that we need to get to the first boss stage. And now we get to go to my favourite minigame in this game, which is Pogo Painter. Pogo Painter is simple to understand, it's simple to play, and it's just the most fun I have with this game. It's easily my favourite minigame, always was. So, objective. Move around the arena to turn squares into your colour. Break the special crates to turn squares into points. Win by having the highest score when time runs out. Also, you can fire missiles if you pick them up. And basically, you also get a few power-ups. So, yeah. It's not the most... It's a very simple game, but I think it's the most fun one that this game has to offer. And, it's just one of those very simple ones where it's like, hey, what if I just got to cash out a ton of points? Like that, I just cashed out 29 points in one go. And yeah, I always just thought this one was super fun. I imagine it could get incredibly frustrating. Like, I imagine on the higher difficulty ones of these, it must get incredibly frustrating. But as is, I really do enjoy playing this one. It's always been my favourite one. Even when I was a little kid, it was my favourite one. I think as a kid, it was probably just because it was the one I could win at the most frequently. And also, you know, I was a child, and it was like, hey, look at all the pretty colours. But yeah, we definitely have quite a substantial lead here. I am definitely seeing that it maybe goes on a little bit. I think maybe if it kind of cashed out at, like, I don't know, first to 100 points or something, rather than having to wait down the timer every single time, and, you know, add a little bit of an element of a race to it. But honestly, I don't really have any complaints about this minigame. I mean, if I was if I was pretty far into the story mode of this and just ended up in a situation where I was just losing, then I imagine it would be annoying. Because imagine playing 9 rounds of anything and then you don't win in Inverse. It could get infuriating. But hey, we are making good progress. As we won that first round, Rio just cashed out that. And that ain't looking the best for us, but we can cash out 17, which does put us into the lead for this round straight away. Brio seems to be our Brio seems like he is definitely our largest threat right now. But yeah, another thing I quite like about this minigame is it also has that kind of just like that little element of tactics to it, where it's like, hey, someone else has a whole bunch of points. I can now kind of focus on making them, like, it's like, hey, they have a whole bunch of stuff, I can focus on trying to take them out. Like, I think that's, like, I quite like the kind of layer of tactics that it has. And also, they are really putting up a much bigger fight in this second round, huh? Also, I quite like how Koala Kong, rather than having a pogo stick, he just has springs attached to his feet. I think that's a fun little detail. But yeah, we are pretty much... I think we are in the clear for this round. I say as Rillaru just completely blocks me off. And Brio continues to be a bit of a menace. But I don't think he has time to cash out. Yeah, Brio definitely can't cash out all of this in time. And we just take those 14 points to the bank and win our second round.
Crash wins.
Okay, so we are now up 2. So we have quite a lot of leeway before we could potentially lose. But yeah, basically, Crash Bash is, I mean, obviously, if it wasn't obvious already from like the past like 15 minutes of playing, yeah, it's very much a party game. It's very much a party game, kind of like Mario Party in a couple of ways, but not really. But in general, I would say I still like this minigame quite a bit. And, okay, Rillaru just cashed out quite a few. That did rhyme, wasn't really intended, but it happened. And, actually, how's my lead looking? My lead is not looking as strong as I would like it to be. But, hopefully I can just cash these out. Okay, we got 13 there. I will say, I do quite like how the game has kind of visually ramped itself up. Like, it seems like it's visually ramped itself up as I've gone through this just a little bit. But I'm still pretty confident that we definitely take the win here, as long as I can find one more box to cash out with. So that should be a lot. 19 more. I'm pretty certain we win now. Yeah, I'm pretty confident I can't lose from here. And yeah, we definitely win now. And with that, that is our first 4 trophies acquired. Fantastic. Which means we can now go and fight the first boss. Us, because we have the 4 trophies from the first 4 minigames. There are a couple more minigame types, but I don't think we see those until later. And then you can just, like, recycle through the same ones again. Like, they have little variations, but for the most part, you just see the same ones over and over again. Okay, so, into the first boss stage, Papu Pummel. So, once again, this is going to be a boss fight with Papu Papu.
You have completed the challenges that have been set for you in this warp room. To progress to the next set of games, you must defeat the mighty Papu Papu.
Okay, the mighty Papu Papu, sorry. So basically, this is kind of like Jungle Bash, if I recall correctly. Defeat Papu Papu and his minions. Basically, we just need to kind of dodge his attacks and then throw crates at him when we get the chance. Also, we have... Wait, what? That's strange, but okay. And now we just throw that at him, and it does some damage. So basically, we just kind of need to do that a couple of times. And also, unlike in all the other games, we actually have a health bar to work with here. So we have a health bar, which is kind of funny just by itself. Just the idea of seeing Crash Bandicoot with a health bar is kind of funny. I mean, I say that, but, you know. Oh, that was pretty bad. And that hits. Also, I kind of find it funny how the TNT crate and the regular hit seem to do the same amount of damage. I mean, either way, we are... Yeah, we're about halfway through now. I think we need to hit him 4 times total to win. So we should be pretty good for this. I mean, I say that as I, lost even more health. But you know what? We now need 1 more hit and then we win. So... Oh no, that's pretty bad. Oh. I think I must have been close enough to the TNT going off there that it killed Papu Papu in the explosion. Well, that happened. Okay, so... Wait, what's this? Oh, that takes us back to the warp rooms. So... Let's quickly go and check out Warp Room 2. Okay, up we go. I don't think we get any more story progression. Okay, so... Yeah, now we have another version of Crash Ball, Tilt Panic, which is another version of Polar Panic, Pogo A Go-Go, which is another version of the Paint one, Space Bash, which is exactly the same again, and... Okay, I don't think... This is a new one, so I'll play 1 game of Desert Fox, I think it was called. So I'll play 1 game of this and then I'll call it an episode, because I think this is the 5th and final mini-game type. There might be a 6th one, but I don't remember. Okay, so, destroy all of your opponent's tanks. Win by being the last one standing or having the most health when time runs out. So, basically, yeah, this one is a... I remember this one being an annoyance to me when I was a kid. Like, this was one I could never do well at. Like, I hated this one when I was a kid. I mean, I never liked this game in general as a kid, but this was one I could not stand playing. Like, this was easily my least favorite, and we just lost. So Koala Kong just won that. And also, I gave the Bomberman analogy. This is way more Bomberman than the previous one that I mentioned, being like it. And we definitely got hit there, I think. So in a way, you can... I think you can kind of just, like, hang out around the side. Also, if you get caught on a mine, you might as well just call it a game there, because you are probably just going to die to it instantly. Because the mines seem to do just ridiculous amounts of damage. And, yeah, I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose on this one. Oh, he got hit by something. Okay, now I just need to dodge out of the way here. Yeah, we are going to lose here. Because I don't think I'm going to be able to get like 5 hits on him. Also, fun fact, this was the to my knowledge, this was the only time we would see Rillaru for about 20 years. I don't think he ever came back again, and until the Crash Team Racing remake, actually. Like, I know he's playable in CTR Nitro Fueled. There's actually 2 versions of him. There's... Oh, yeah, this is really bad for me. Like, there is... Like there is Rillaru, and then there's, like, Rillaru Fixed. Because, evidently, there must have been something wrong with Rillaru. Okay, we managed to get a hit in, and we're going to die to the mine. I guess not. Okay. I don't know how... Okay, I'll take that. I will take my win there. I definitely think this is probably the hardest minigame type, but that's probably just because I have no idea, like, what the... Like, I have no idea what kind of, like, general strategy I should be trying to employ for this. So I'm kind of just winging it and hoping for the best. Because, I'll be real, I have little to no idea kind of how to play this properly. And, yeah, I died there, okay. Yeah, I think Koala Kong might take this one. And, yeah. I'm honestly gonna be okay with that, because realistically, yeah, this has always been a game that, it's never been my favorite, you know? Okay. Okay, there goes Rillaru. Okay. Yeah, I just died, okay. Okay, Koala Kong wins that one. Good for him. He gets his only recorded W in history, because I do not care. Because, quite frankly, yeah, I've been playing about 25 minutes or so, and yeah, I'll be honest, I wanted to do a quick look for this, mostly because I remember hating this game, and I just wanted to do a quick look as a, is it as bad as I remember? And the answer is yes. Basically, yeah, I could see it being fun at a party for maybe like 25 minutes, but after that, yeah, I don't see it. If you love this game, more power to you, but I cannot stand playing it. So yeah, this is not going to be one I continue. So yeah, I'm going to call it an episode here. As always, feel free to leave a comment and click any of the buttons down below if you feel so inclined. And I will hopefully see you all tomorrow for whatever it is I'm doing tomorrow, because honestly, this week's going to be kind of a bit of a mess. Okay, thanks for watching. Later.